Good afternoon, guys. MWUSA Season 3, Episode 254. And it has been crazy lately. So many things I'm working on at the same time. Buying stuff, selling stuff, advantage plays, credit card plays, blackjack, slots, everything going on all at the same time. It's exciting, but it's exhausting. And hopefully, we fine-tune these things. And next year will be a deciding year as to which direction this podcast will go and which direction my advantage play career will go. Last week was a decent week, made about 4,400, I believe. Pretty sure that's close to the right number, 4,400 for the week. And it puts me only about 13,500 away from the goal for the year, perhaps less. And I did add another 1,000 in other advantage play onto my chart, and I will have a bunch of credit card stuff coming up soon that I will be hopefully gleaning some money from. Now, today is Sunday. The last couple days have been a little bit hectic with my new American Express card. American Express stopped my card from being used. So this card is supposed to be a higher level card without a limit, and you can check to see what your spending power is. And I entered numbers in up to like 35,000. It said that was all good. So I figured, okay, that's not a big deal. We'll go ahead and run it up. And I think total I ran up I think just over 13,000 in purchases. And American Express said, whoa, hey, wait a minute here. We don't like this. That's a lot of money. We want to know that you can afford to pay for this. So they paused my card, and they asked me for proof of income and paychecks and things like that. Very interesting. So I provided that, and it's supposed to be 5 to 7 business days for them to make a decision, which is really wasting time for me, but whatever. And then also they paused my payments. So I was trying to make payments on the card, and they returned the payments. They said the checking account that I'm using to make the payments does not exist, which is ridiculous because I connected their system to my checking account directly through the bank. So I guess they're pausing everything. So I have a $13,000 outstanding balance right now, and the credit card is paused. So right now I guess I will wait until I get a statement and pay that off. And hopefully by then I'll be able to continue spending on it. So that's kind of a strange thing going on right now. Right now it's Sunday afternoon after 2 p.m. and I'm heading out for the day, heading out to my first casino. I'll need to get some gas before I get to my first casino. Then I'll have to stop for fuel again on my way home. So that will be that. Right now it's a nice day, 55 degrees outside, sunny skies, light breeze, really nice day, and we're off. So that's what's going on right now. You're all caught up, and I'll be back to update you soon. Alright guys, I am back. So a nice little surprise today. So I go into this place, and I figure I'm going to be in and out. It's always full of people, full of advantage players. The odds of hitting anything is going to be small, but it's one of my first places that I go to when I do this trip. So I stopped by, played a couple machines, didn't really find too much, and I was on my way out. And I'll be honest with you, part of it was I was 2 cents short away from the next dollar, and I was going to take the long way out. So just in case I found another play, or I found a couple cents in the machine so I don't have to get a 98-cent voucher back. And so I go into this place. I'm walking out of this place, checking my last couple machines, and I see a machine that's in range, but because the other 2 jackpots just hit, it makes it so that it's just out of range, and it doesn't make a lot of sense. And as I sit down, there's a guy sitting next to me. It's like 3 machines in a carousel. And he says, MW? I said, huh? He said, are you MW? I said, who are you? And he told me, and he is a listener that I've actually talked to on Discord, and real nice guy, physician, and he introduced himself. He's like, yeah, I was here last week, and I heard your voice, and I thought it was you, but I wasn't positive, and he said that he decided if he saw me again that he was going to ask me, and he didn't really have anything to lose, because if it wasn't me, then I'm going to say, huh, who? I don't know what you're talking about, and that's going to be it. So it was nice to meet you, and let's get together soon. We can have lunch or dinner or coffee or whatever, and get to know each other a little bit more. And he actually had a good play on the screen. I was a little bit jealous. It's a play that you don't get very often, and yeah, I wish I had that play. But he was into it for a little bit more money than you'd like, but he was playing the points game, trying to get points, so it made some more sense that he was doing it that way. Anyway, as I was sitting there and he asked me if it was me, another guy pulls up on my right side, and he calls me by my name, and he's like, hey, you took my machine. And I had already decided that this is not close enough for me, that I'm going to leave it. Now, normally, if the other two jackpots are anywhere away from the minimum, the reset level, I would have played it, but they weren't. So I let it go, and I said, hey, you can have this. And he's like, are you sure? I'm just kidding, man. I'm like, no, I don't want it. Go ahead, you can have it. So he sits down and starts playing it while I talk to my new friend, and by the time I'm done talking to him and I cash out my voucher, I'm getting ready to leave, he's finishing up the play, and he ended up losing like $12 or $14 on it. So glad I didn't play it, and glad I took one more lap on my way out, took the long way out, and met with this guy, real nice guy. So pretty cool. I like that, and I've met a lot of people because of my voice, and you know, having a great voice like this is good, but it's also bad because it makes you memorable. So anyway, yeah, I'm kind of happy about that. But here's the thing. So he actually met the guy that I talk about that has all the girlfriends, and he's always wasting a bunch of money. The same guy that like had that 3 or 4 day session on that $5,000 must hit by jackpot, and ended up losing whatever it was, $8,000 or $9,000 or $10,000 on it. So anyway, he got to meet that guy, and now that guy said, where are you going? And I said, Kansas City. And he's like, oh, I want to go with you. So he's coming with me, and so, you know, when we're driving together, if I'm a little cryptic about some stuff, you'll know why. And I may go back in later on and add some additional parts to the podcast, just to make it make sense if I can't talk freely while he's there. So that's what's going on right now. He's going to come out in a second, and he's going to join me, and I'll be back to update you after the next stop. I don't know if I mentioned how much I made because I was talking about all this other stuff, but I ended up ahead $168 on that session. So plus 168, and we're moving on. All right, guys, I am back. So went into the next casino, and I had about $20 in free play, some odd number like $16 in free play, some dumb thing like that. And I found a couple okay plays. I also found a lot of Chinese guys walking around looking at me, and I played those through. We were in there for about 45 minutes or so, and I ended up leaving ahead $158. So plus $158 there. It's dark outside right now. Temperature's 55 degrees. It's a nice day. Definitely a good day to go around and make some money off some casinos. I'm going to move on to another spot. This next place, we're going to play some blackjack primarily. They have slots, but generally it's hard to find anything in position on those. So I'm going to head off to the next casino, and then I'll be back to update you.
look, I caught this card counter or this cheater.
Yeah.
And I kicked them out. Yeah.
Oh, you mean they get rewarded if they claim that they found someone who's cheating?
They don't. I don't know if they get rewarded, but they try to do. They do it because they want to get rewarded. They want, you know how they want to kiss somebody's ass, basically.
Yeah.
They think they're gonna get a promotion.
Well,
or something. You know?
I don't think it's ever going to get better because now more people know about this. Too many people know, and now casinos are going crazy. So what's your plan? You're going to play slots?
Are you playing blackjack?
Yeah, I should be hopefully half an hour, 45 minutes at the most.
Can I watch you, or are you going to be...
Well, I mean, I'm going to be counting cards, so if I get in trouble, you're going to get in trouble if you're with me.
What happens if they're just going to kick you out, right?
They trespass you. If you come back, they arrest you. The police station is across the street.
You should leave the keys with me then.
Yeah.
And some money so I can bail you out.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens.
I don't count cards.
If I win 500, I'll leave.
Oh, I don't know if I should play blackjack.
What?
I don't know if I should play blackjack.
Don't just play whatever you're good at. What are you good at?
I'm good at blackjack.
Okay. Well, they got poker too.
No, I don't know how to play poker. I don't even want to know.
Yeah, poker is a very slow way to make money. Blackjack is good because you got someone on the other side taking your bet no matter what until they kick you out. These guys have like 3 police officers in the casino all the time.
Who?
This casino. It's like they're just waiting for you. Yeah.
They make so much money. I don't understand why they do so much stupid shit.
They want to make more money.
It don't make sense.
So tell me what happened.
He has 14.
He has 14.
The dealer has 6.
Okay. The dealer has 6.
He hit. And we told him not to hit. And he still hit.
How many people were at the table?
1, 2, 3. With me, 4.
4 people?
Yeah. And he hit. Like, even the dealer.
How much was he betting, the minimum?
$15.
How much did you have out there?
20. I mean, it's not bad, but what I'm saying is we lost 2 hands in a row because of him.
Yeah.
And he changed the whole, went from good streak to bad.
So the shoe was going good finally, and he screwed it up.
Yeah, and then I was like, instead of, I could have sat there and lost with them, or I could get up and maybe they'll start winning. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't care. I was like, I'm not just going to lose because I'm being out of spite. You know what I mean? Sit there and so.
Did you have all your chips on that hand or something?
No, I didn't. I just had
so you went to the cashier then?
I only had $20. And when he did it, I had $20. And then the next hand I played $15.
And then you were out?
Yeah. And I lost again. I was like, that's it. I already felt that. I knew he had changed the dynamic, whatever you want to call it. He changed it.
He changed the flow of the table.
He changed the cards, so I was like, no, I'm going. So she had a 6, and he hit his 14 and got a 4. That was 18. And then he tried to act like, hey, I took her 4, now she's not going to have 20.
Yeah.
And she flipped it, she had a 3 underneath. And then the next card was a 10. But if he didn't hit, she would have had 12 and busted.
Wow.
And then he still lost. He had that dumb look like.
Was he a young kid or older guy?
Yeah.
White guy?
Black.
White guys are the worst.
No.
Who's the worst?
Asians.
Well.
There was an Asian guy that lost 300 before him. And he was doing stupid shit too. he would play two hands, even though he's losing. He'll play two hands and he's still losing, and he'll stay on 16. I mean, I don't care, but like there's people that stay on 16 and always win. There's people that like you gotta know. You can't just do the same thing over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
And you losing. Like it don't make no sense.
And did the Asian guy know how to play?
No, he didn't. That's why he lost and left.
So it's like all beginners.
He made us lose. He lost every hand because in order to play two hands, you have to play $30, and he was playing $30.
So he's playing two hands.
No, he was playing one hand, $15. But then when he has to play two hands, she'll tell him you got to play $30. He'll play $30. So it made him lose fast, and it was good because I like that. I don't like that the fact that you have to play $30, but I like it because sometimes when you have idiots, they get out fast.
It's probably because if there's card counters. But what they don't understand is when a count is high and a card counter wants to play two hands, they're going to play high anyway.
I know. They're a bunch of idiots.
There's a place I play where when you get a double down, if you want it face down, you have to have a card.
Oh, yeah, right now too.
That's the dumbest thing.
Even here, if you want to play two hands, you have to have a card.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I know. If you double down.
Yeah, there's a limit how much you can bet if you're not using a card too. But if you want your double down face down, which would be bad for a card counter, you have to have a card. It should be if you want it up, you have to have a card.
That's stupid, man. I feel like sometimes the people that work for the casinos are like.
They're like guessing or something.
Out to hurt the casino.
Yeah.
They're doing stupid shit that hurts.
They're like people want this. Let's not let them. All right, guys. Yeah, I can drive and record. Don't worry. All right, I am back. So, went to the next casino, and I knew that most likely there's going to be no slot plays there, and I was almost completely correct. So, I ended up playing blackjack first, and sat down at the table, bought in for $300. One guy had just busted out, so it was just me and another guy at the table. Count stayed low the whole time, like true one was the highest that it got. But I was chipping away. I mean, I lost the first hand, but after that it was not bad, back and forth. And I was only at that table like 25 minutes or so, and I ended up leaving ahead 525. And then I went to look at some slots, and I see this play. I'm like, I can't believe this play is so good and nobody is here. So I sit next to the lady and pretend I'm just like looking at the machine, and she starts talking to me. And she doesn't want to let me leave. She just wants to start asking me questions and tell me about her day and all this stuff. Just like a lonely person wanted to talk. So I start talking to her, and I'm like, I'm happy because she wants me to be there. I'm waiting for her to run out of money. She proceeds to tell me that she lost $2,000 in this machine at 75 cents a spin. And I look up and she's getting close to hitting. But when she hits, it's only going to pay like $300 or $400. She'll end up with a few $100s profit from that point. So I see that she's low on money. I'm good. I'm happy. And she's telling me I'm running out of money. And then I look behind me and there's a couple, and I know them. And they're both people who know what they're doing. And they've been watching her for about half an hour, they said. And, I mean, I knew the guy well enough. There's no way I was going to take the play away from him. So I winked at him, let him know that he's cool, he can have it. And I talked to her a little bit further just to get more information from her. And she told me that once she runs out of money, she's going to go get some more. So I told him, hey, she told me she's been playing it all this time. She's not going to get up until she hits it. So the guy took off. I went over, they have an Asian restaurant there, and I ordered some food. And while I was there, this happens so often to me. I don't know why. This girl, this is the second time this week that someone has said something about my hair. Man, I really like your hair. I'm like, okay, that's pretty weird. But anyway, ordered some food. I came back while I was waiting for the food, and she's still playing it, and she's taking forever. But she had put a little bit more money in there, and now she had a substantial amount in there, enough to get the what she was going for. So I said goodbye to that and left with the food, and then got halfway to the car and noticed that I had the wrong food. So I had ordered like General Tso's, and this was like spare ribs and shrimp and stuff, and I have thought about keeping it, but took it back and got the right food. Went back to the car, and right now I am heading off to the next casino. This one's going to be probably slots, if anything, and we'll see how it goes there. But so far, hanging in there, doing okay, and I'll let you know what happens at the next stop. Alright guys, I am back. Unfortunately, didn't really find anything at that place. Did a little silver mining, made about $1, and that was about it. So, walked around, really, there was nothing worthwhile in there. Got a drink and ended up leaving. So, that one was a bust. Decided that we're not going to go to the next casino. It's kind of out of the way. It adds an hour and a half total to the trip, and I just don't think it would be a good place to go right now. So we're skipping that one and moving on to the next casino on the list, and I'll be back to update you after we leave there. Alright guys, sitting in the car waiting for this guy. This has been crazy. This is why I usually don't take people with me, but this guy is very funny. The things that he says, the things that he talks about. He told me so many ridiculous stories about how he was in Vegas playing at the Orleans, and he was ahead, whatever, $5,000. And his cousin wanted to take him down, so his cousin told him to do something, and it got him angry, and it got him on this losing streak, and he lost $25,000 when he makes $500 a week. And he ended up having to move away from Vegas because his wife was convinced that he was addicted to gambling. I think you were addicted to gambling. You lost everything you had. You lost a year's worth of pay on one table, one time. You don't think that's a problem? He told me so many ridiculous stories. And I don't know if you already heard the part when we were sitting in the car, but there was a part earlier, hopefully, when I did the edit on it, which I have to do, which usually I release this right away, but I'll have to listen to it and make sure he didn't say anything weird, but or anything I don't want out in public. But it was so ridiculous the way he was talking about how the table was going so well, and this guy did the wrong thing, and then after that, everyone was losing. But you don't know that everyone was losing after that because you only played one hand after that, and then you left. Anyway, it's been quite a ride. I'm tired. It's 11, about midnight right now, and I'm just sitting in the parking lot at this casino. I went in there and only found one small play, and I made $15 on it. And he's been sitting at the same machine now this whole time, next to this lady, and she's just laughing at him the whole time because he's pumping $100 bills in. I think he came on this trip with about 700, and I know he's got 200 in the machine and probably around 80 in his pocket right now. And I'm like, you know how to make money. Why don't you just play the right things? And he's like, well, none of those things were available. Okay, so we move on. We don't just say either I make $50 or I give him $500. Man, so ridiculous. Anyway, I don't even know. I think the temperature's still about the same. It's a really nice night. Sitting in the car waiting for this guy right now. I'm going to give him a few more minutes. I'm going to try to listen to what we did earlier and try to get it ready for putting into the episode. But if it doesn't work out, then you may have not heard it. So anyway, that's what's going on right now, plus $15 more. And we're going to move on to at least 2 more places tonight. So hopefully he gets out of there soon so he has money to lose at the other places. I'll be back. All right, guys, I'm back. We are at the next place, and after we were done, we were leaving. He decided he needed to use the bathroom. Which, the funny thing is, when you walk in this place at night, sometimes they ask you for ID, like tonight. And so then we had just gotten outside, and he was going back in there, going to ask him for ID again. He's like, I haven't even gotten out the door yet. But it's raining outside right now, 46 degrees. Not a very nice day. It's raining kind of hard. And I'm walking to my car, and I see this guy. He's got his door open. He's doing something. I don't know what he's working on. He's walking away from the car. And then I hear this lady, as I walk by her, she's like, oh, hell no. I'm like, I don't know what's going on over here, but, 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm not really interested in figuring out what's happening right now. All I want to do is move on and eventually get home. So, waiting for him right now to get out of there. I only found a couple playable machines. They weren't that great, but I did make some money at least. And we were probably in there for half an hour or so. And I ended the session ahead, $84. So $84, whatever. We're up what? No idea how much we're up. 800, 900, something like that. Let me see. 150, 680, 7, about 780, something like that. So that's not bad. Pretty average. We have one more stop, and this stop is kind of far away, but it gets us close to home. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And the place that we're going to next is where I picked this guy up. So I'll be dropping him back off at his car. I'll be taking a sweep of the place and seeing if I can find any playable machines, and then we'll be heading home after that. But right now, I am still waiting. I hope he didn't fall in the toilet or something. What's taking him so long in there? I have no idea what he's doing. But whenever I come to this place, on a Sunday night especially, it's like this place and the place before this seems like all kind of cracked out, weird people. It seem like they're all on drugs or something. I don't know what's going on. I found probably 7 or more machines in there with like dollars in it, not like 20 cents, like $1.70, $1.50, $1.80. I'm like, this is like more EV to pick up money here than some of these slots are going to give you. So anyway, all right, I'm going to wait for this guy, and I'll be back to update you after the next stop. All right, guys, as we're closing in on 4 a.m., leaving the next casino. It was about an hour and a half drive to this casino. This is where I met with this guy last night, and from where we left from. It was my first casino of the day, and he slept most of the way to the casino, and then we got to the casino, and he's like, I think I'm going to take a cab home. I'm like, why would you take a cab home? Oh, I'm tired. And then by the time he woke up and we were there, he's like, well, instead of going home, I think I'm going to go in and look around. So we both went in the casino. We went our separate ways immediately, and I found a play right away at a minimum bet, actually, like under $1 bet, and it paid about $180. I was ahead like 155 or something on that one, 175, and then I moved on, found another play in the high limit area at $5 a spin. I lost $30 on that one. And then found another play. It was about $4 a spin, and with that one, I had bought in for 100 initially, and I was ahead as much as 175. So I turned my 100 into like 275. I lost the whole 275, put 300 more in that machine before it finally hit, and I ended up leaving that machine ahead $324. And that was the last machine I played. I looked at a lot of other stuff, but nothing else was in range. So I get in my car, and there is something wrong with my car. There's a knocking in one of the back tires. I don't know what it is, but whatever. Right now, I can't stress about it. We got a long week and about 2,000 miles of driving to do this week. I hate to do that with something I'm not sure about, but I'll do my research tomorrow at work and try to narrow down what the problem is. And if it's really serious, I might just rent a car for for this week. What else was I going to say? So I ended the day, the evening ahead about 1200. So it was a pretty decent day. Right now I'm looking for fuel again. I have a place in mind and I'm heading over there right now. I've got about 15 miles range and the gas station's about 5 miles away, so that'll all work out. I mean, traveling with someone who's not an advantage player can be so frustrating. The guy sat at a machine for over an hour, losing and complaining the whole time, but wouldn't get up. And, you know, I sat in the car, and he finally came out, and he was all upset that he wasted that much time. But I came around 3 or 4 times, and he didn't want to leave, and then I went to the car and waited for him. So, anyway, let's do our segments. What did you eat today, MW? I actually, let's see, I got to go back to breakfast and lunch. Lunch after church, we had lasagna, which was really good. My wife did a really good job on it. I'd give it a 10 or so on a scale of 2 through ace. And then this evening I had some General Tso's chicken from the casino, and I was very disappointed for a couple reasons. Number one, they gave me the wrong order. Number two, the order size was tiny for the amount of money that I paid for it. And then it really didn't seem that fresh, so I was kind of disappointed. The flavor was good, but overall I would give it maybe a 7, maybe an 8 on a scale of 2 through ace. So very disappointing there. And then had a few drinks, you know, not alcoholic drinks, but sodas and stuff like that on my trip. And I really am wide awake. I'm feeling good. I'm going to stop at this gas station, and then I'll continue the trip home, and we'll see what happens. So the plan for this week, tomorrow and Tuesday, same as always. We're going to try to get some work done at the office, try to hit the casino twice a day, once at lunch and once after work. And then Wednesday, I don't know if I'll be able to go anywhere, but the goal is always going to be to work a half day Wednesday and take off. And computer system would show that I came in the morning, so they would think I was there the whole day. And my team is normally not there, although my director is, so that could be a problem one day. We'll see what happens with that. And then Thursday and Friday, we're going to be on a long trip, a lot longer than the one we took today. And we're going to be hitting an Indian casino that we normally don't hit this week. Actually, I have to look at the calendar to see what day I want to go there. Let me see if I can do this real quick here to not slow things down. Yeah, it's going to be tough. I may do it next Sunday, actually. I may go to the Indian casino next Sunday night, and I may stay over into Monday and then drive home early Monday morning. So I'm not really positive about that right now, but we'll see what happens there. And unfortunately, I barely missed my exit, so I just went off the road for a second here to get back on the exit, because I don't want to miss this, because I'll run out of gas. So I'm going to stop and get gas right now, and I'm going to let you guys go. If you have any questions or comments, the email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.